Hello. Hello and welcome to my little show. I'm up here on the top of Big Ben. Can't quite believe it. I don't think I need my mask. I might just kind of take it off. Is that all right? Thanks. Yeah. Oh, thanks to you. Thanks to you if you've ever paid for a lottery ticket, if you paid £1, because I am here. I am live streaming. Thanks to you. I'm going to pop downstairs a minute. Hang on a second. I'm just going to go down to the downstairs. Oh, I don't know if you know, but Winston Churchill said during the war, when they were looking to find more money for tanks to fight a battle, like the one we're fighting now against coronavirus, more money to fight that battle. And he said, well, where can we get the money? They said, well, we can cut the arts budget, we can cut the culture budget, we can cut the sports budget. And Churchill turned to the cabinet on that table, just down there in Downing Street, and said, what's it all for? What is the point of fighting this battle if we have no art, if we have no culture, if we have no sport, if we have no community? And Winston Churchill was right. And I'm just a dad. I'm so grateful to you. I've got to say thanks to you, lottery players. Thanks to you at the Department of Digital, Culture, Media and Sport. Thanks to you down there at the Treasury. Thanks to you at the Arts Council. Thanks to you in Sunderland. Thanks to you in Shropshire. Thanks to you in the Isle of Wight. Thanks to you in Liverpool. Thanks to you in Leeds. Thanks to you in Redruth. Thanks to you in Ludlow. Thanks to you in London. Because I was very lucky. I'm a dad. I run a non-profit community enterprise to connect our kids with their art and our communities with their schools. Last year I was lucky enough to go down to the Eden Project, and I found out that the Eden Project is a project like many funded by lottery players, and over the last 25 years they have raised £40 billion in the last 25 years for good causes. All that comes from your lottery money. And we did a live event down there, but last year I was really glad to go down to the Eden Project and to join a bunch of ordinary people. A bunch of very, very ordinary people doing very extraordinary things. Extraordinary people doing extraordinary things. It was the community camp, the Eden Community Camp, a project that happens every year, twice a year, where amazing people come together, people working with communities all across the country to share their learning, to share their practice, to come together to inspire each other. There's some people there from South Wales who run a furniture project for distressed women. I met them and I'm going to be working with them. There's a guy there who uses football to engage young boys and girls who aren't too interested in school, but football engages and connects with them. A man here from Northern Ireland working with a guy from England who does coding and runs coding workshops. Ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Thanks to you. Thanks to you and your lottery players' money. £40 billion in 25 years. Really can't thank you enough. 1 minute I'm down here at the Eden Project, and the next minute I've gone, and the next minute I'm here in Parliament Square in front of my pyramid stage. I am just a dad, and my story is all down to this man here, Sir Ken Robinson, who said that creativity is now as important as literacy. Creativity as important as literacy. These are the skills our kids are going to need to thrive in the fourth industrial revolution. These are the kids are going to need to survive. Why am I here in front of a cardboard pyramid stage? You might ask yourself, why have I put a cardboard pyramid stage here in Parliament Square? Well, I'll tell you. Because this summer when Glastonbury was cancelled, we built our own cardboard pyramid stage in the school playing fields of a school near Glastonbury, and we ran our own Glastonbury Festival. We ran a Glastonbury Festival there on that site. Unbelievable. We had bands, we had professionals like Glenn Matlock and Earl Slick from David Bowie and Glenn Matlock from the Sex Pistols. We had Martin and Gary Kemp from Spandau Ballet doing talks. We had a young lad who can't even hold a pencil, can't even hold cutlery. Lenny from Leeds, he plays piano every day, and he played piano on our pyramid stage. A dad and his daughter played. We had all sorts of stuff. And we're doing it again in Leeds in 4 weeks. I'll tell you about that in just a moment. But what is this thing about art? Well, art for us, art quite simply is what we call it when what we do might connect us to somebody else. So one child's art could be painting, another's could be photography, another's could be dancing, design or DJing. Their art could be fashion, it could be football, it could be cooking, it could be coding. And we have got to help our kids find their passion, help them aim high, not just high, but higher than high, to find something that they can call their art. It could be robots. We make rockets in schools. It could be Stephenson's rocket if kids are mad about trains. We go into schools and help kids find their art, whatever it is, something that might help them make some money one day, something that might help them make a few friends, something that might help them make the world a better place. That's what we mean by art. So if you think about this, Elton John, for example, he was given a piano when he was a little boy. He'd learned to play that piano. That was his art. He's made millions of pounds, 330 million apparently, according to the Sunday Times Rich List. He's made 330 million pounds. He's certainly made lots of friends, and he's certainly made the world a better place. And I take that story to schools all across the country. My social enterprise I started called STEAMco. And that's what we're all about. That's why we're so grateful to you guys for all the funding that you give us from the National Lottery. So thank you very much. As I say, at the end of the month, or the 4th to the 6th of December, we are doing the hashtag Aim High 20 Festival with a school community in Leeds. The Seacroft Estate there up in Leeds, a fairly challenged, socially challenged part of the world. They've got an awful lot of money to throw around. But we are going to run a 3-day festival there, and we want you to be involved. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's going to be absolutely incredible. And this is a little film that we borrowed off Amazon. I hope they don't mind, because we borrowed a little film here from Amazon to tell you a little bit more about that weekend and what it's going to be like and what you can expect if you're a part of it.
Until further notice, as coronavirus reached 100.
Primary. Where is Chris Dyson? Can we have Chris Dyson on this stage, please?
As I said, we're in the toughest area in Leeds, and yet our school children, the children that actually sit on the interview panel for the Northern Ballet, because I want to give them an opportunity that they've never sort of had before. And it shows if you believe in the people, you believe in these teachers, you believe in these kids, absolutely anything is possible.
As I say, none of this would be possible without you. So thanks to you, lottery players, for paying that pound. £40 billion in 25 years to good causes, not just crazy art projects like mine, not amazing arts projects like the National Ballet, but sports, community centres, all these things that make us human, that bring us together. In 2022, there's a National Festival of Creativity, and we'd love to be part of that. We weren't chosen for the first round, but we've got ideas, and we want to work with communities all across the country. I'm just a dad. I do what I can. Would you like to see what I've got here? I'm in a spare bedroom in my house in Paddington, and this is what we're talking about here. I have literally just got a few computers on a table, a green screen that most gamers and kids have got at home, and a couple of cameras and a messy desk and a telly up there and a castle. Building castles in the sky, a phrase used to refer to kids who shouldn't be aiming above their station, who should be knowing their place. But we don't think anybody needs to know their place. We honestly, passionately believe that we should all be aiming high and helping our kids aim high, and that's what that's all about. I want to finish now very, very quickly with a film that a dad made for me. Another dad made for me in my son's school. As I say, I'm a dad. I've got a couple of boys. And this film was made for me by one of the dads in school to tell you about the work we're doing, hoping that you will think this is good use of a pound, this is good use of lottery money, that maybe we can get some more funding, because in 2022 I want to do something very exciting, and today we're announcing that. So watch this film that a dad made for me, for my kids' school, and let's talk about that in a moment.
We're all born artists. The problem is to remain an artist as we grow up. That was Pablo Picasso. And I think we've got to help our kids, all our kids, aim high in life. Not just high, but higher than high. We've got to help our kids find their passion, their art. So I'm Nick Corsten. I'm just a dad. I'm co-founder of STEAMco. One day maybe I'll be the CEO, I don't know. So STEAMco is a non-profit community enterprise that helps connect our kids with their art and our communities with their schools by running creativity days. And we want to get the whole community involved. We want people who've had kids, not had kids, got kids, whatever, to come and work with us to help us run these days.
It's magical.
What inspired me? Well, I saw a talk by Sir Ken Robinson. I read half a book called What's the Point of School? On what we should be teaching our kids. And I went to Camp Bestel, which is really a Glastonbury for kids. And I thought, I want this in my kids' school. I've got a lovely little film my dad gave me of me when I was 1 and him with my first ever train set. And I show that to kids in schools all over the country. And how my dad gave me the greatest gift. He gave me my art. Because art is what we call it when what we do might connect us to somebody else. So art could be painting, it could be photography, it could be cooking, it could be coding, it could be dancing, it could be design, it could be DJing, it could be robots, it could be rockets. The fun, the excitement that we have making and firing rockets in schools is to be seen, to be believed.
This is the best day of my life.
This truck contains everything you need to run a creativity festival in a primary school. 30 coding kits with the BBC Microbit. We've got rocket making kits. We do cardboard challenge. We can do the egg drop. We've got a t-shirt printing machine so we can print I Love Art t-shirts. So the kids design their own logo, take a selfie. We've had thousands of posters of those done. That's with JR, French street artist JR. So we've got communities all over the country designing I Love Art logos, taking photos, and we sent them off to JR, and he's printed 1,000 of these off for us, which we're fly posting all over the country. So in lockdown, we got an Arts Council grant and we built a green screen TV studio. We've been live streaming events all summer. We did a 3-day Glastonbury event where we built a half-sized pyramid stage from cardboard and code and ran 3-day events. We had Martin and Gary Kemp. We had Glenn Matlock from the Sex Pistols on stage alongside community artists, dads and their kids. And we had a young lad from Leeds called Lenny who played his piano on stage, all virtual. And that's what we want to do. Lockdown's not going to lift in a hurry, and we're running festivals from a spare bedroom here in Paddington, but we need people involved. We want people to collaborate for creativity.
I think they're doing fantastic work at STEAMco.
For me, collaboration is everything.
Elton John gave me the greatest gift. Actually, he made a film, I don't know if you saw it, with John Lewis, where basically he tells the story of how he was given a piano as a kid and worked hard and made literally $1 million. I saw that film, ripped it off, put our own subtitles on it, and Elton John retweeted it. It had 50,000 views in an hour, and I went on a 2-week UK tour from Cornwall all the way to Carlisle, showing that film, showing my train set film, talking to kids about art and creativity, letting off rockets, and inspiring schools across the country in our 12 days of Creative Christmas tour.
You've inspired one little boy in particular, a very quiet boy, and as that rocket shot into the air, we heard the words blast off come out of his mouth.
Innovation, technology, and dreams rocketing up to the sky.
The state education system that we have, a lot of people feel it's been narrowed and narrowed and narrowed, focusing on teaching and testing of highly academic subjects, which are important, which are right for some kids, but it's not for everybody. And some kids come out of the education system literally broken. 9 out of 10 schools in Britain have reported cutting the arts in some way or another, which is a real tragedy. And we're going to lose that cutting-edge creativity that made Britain so famous. Creativity is Great Britain, after all. The ideal future for me would be a whole load of these trucks on the road with passionate, enthusiastic, committed, creative people, helping connect kids with their art and communities with their schools all the way across the UK. As Albert Einstein said, imagination can take us anywhere.
Well, there you go. What do you think of that then? Not bad, is it? I was quite chuffed actually to get that knocked up for me. So thank you. Hashtag thanks to you, lottery players. Thanks to you all. My phone's ringing and I can't get to it because I'm all wide in, so that's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? Not to worry. I'm going to cut to this film very quickly. Actually, it stopped ringing. That's good. That's probably my wife ringing me for a cup of tea. Whatever, do I look like I care? We've got to teach our kids not to be afraid of failure, not to worry when this stuff doesn't work. Do you know what? We're all in this together. Thanks to you, I'm here now. Thanks to you, I'm talking to you now. Thanks to you, hopefully we'll all be here tomorrow. Thanks to you, hopefully we'll have 3 people doing what I'm doing on the road next year, because I want to fundraise to get 3 people like me out there next year with trailers, with cars, buzzing around the country, running creativity sessions in schools, running community pop-ups. And if that works in our hashtag Inspire a Nation 21 year, in 2022, hashtag Festival 22 will be our community grassroots art and creativity festival. And we're going to put 20 of those on the road, and we need £1 million to do that. Let's worry about that next month, next year. Tomorrow, I'm launching a fundraising project, hashtag Creative Carers Patreon. Creative carers are people who care about creativity, care about children, and care about all our futures. And I know you do, because you're paying the lottery. Yeah, you want to win, but also you know it's going to a good cause, and that's good enough for me. So thank you for that. We're going to be launching a podcast called the Talk Walkers 20, in memory of Sir Ken Robinson, the amazing man who inspired us, that man from Liverpool who said that creativity is now as important as literacy. He inspired me to start this project 10 years ago in my son's school, to 5 years ago start rolling it out across the country, and is fueling me. He sadly passed away this summer, but we are all Sir Ken Robinson's legacy. Thank you so much for checking this out. I'm just going to play this little film out now. Lend some leaves.
I've been playing great tunes on my piano. Thank you.